With just 2 events to go, everyone is wondering who will win the Team Quadrilla Marble League. But before we get to the final event, we will see what the teams are made of here. Welcome to Zone Collision, the blockbuster penultimate event, and in this event 2 teams will battle it out in the arena down below to see who can get into their opponent's zone as far as possible. They will have 2 periods per match, so the teams will swap over in the second period, and the teams will get 1 to 10 points for each of their marbles. You can get 1 to 5 points for staying off the arena if you fall off, and if you stay on, you will get double points, 2 to 10 points if you stay on the arena. There you can see the points distributed. Coming from the left, the teams will get more points going towards the right. Coming from the right, you want to get as far to the left as possible, and the team with the total highest score across the 2 periods will get the win. After the last event, Golden Cheese in the Quadrilla descent with the bronze, they hold on to their lead, but the Venomous Vipers, hot as of late, with their gold medal are up into 2nd place. Red Lotus have dropped to 3rd, but everyone down to the melons can still win. And in the Captain's Championship of just the team events, Golden Cheeses down to the Floundering Fish can still win the Captain's Championship. Because this is just team events, this will be decided here. Red Lotus and the Green Lotus in the very first heat. What a heat to start us off. 2 big rivals from the previous seasons. Red Lotus, they're going to try to bring their season back on track after disappointing last few events. And as I say that, the Green Lotus, they're back to marbles, doing a great job of avoiding the collisions and getting far into the Red Lotus zone. That's going to be 2 10s for the Green Lotus. Red Lotus do have an 8 in there, so it's not a complete disaster for them, but that's still 8 points between them after the first period. 25 to 17 to the Green Lotus. Red Lotus are going to need to dig deep to get advancement here. This time, Red Lotus will come from the right, Green Lotus from the left. Can the Red Lotus do anything to get advancement? Green Lotus, the Red Lotus staying on. No, they're going to fall off right at the end there, and that's going to do it. Red Lotus are going to be knocked out here, and it's not even going to be close. No one's staying on the arena in the second period. That means Green Lotus definitely going to hold on to their advantage from the first period. And the Red Lotus, their season is continuing to unravel. It's an absolute nightmare for them. 41 to 29. That is a drumming from their rivals, the Green Lotus. The Red Lotus, this surely puts a big dent in their title hopes. Now, Poison Ivy and the Yellow Lotus in the second heat. Poison Ivy are hosts of this season and winner of Zone Collision last season. Yellow Lotus are going to need to do something big here to advance. Yellow Lotus, though, they respond very well to that. They will have 3 marbles that stay on the arena, 1 8 and 1 10 in there. One of them goes all the way back, so they'll only get 2, but regardless, the Yellow Lotus looked very much on top after the first period, although the Poison Ivy have a lot of marbles off the arena, but very far into the Yellow Lotus zone. So they will actually have only a 4-point deficit going to the second period. That is definitely, they're definitely able to make that up with a good second period. But will they be able to? Yellow Lotus looked like they have this match tied up almost. Will they do it? Poison Ivy, what are going to stay on? 1 marble, try to stay on. They will both have 1 apiece in the center. That's going to be a 6 for both of them. But I don't think it's going to happen for the Poison Ivy. Yellow Lotus have 1 marble well into the Poison Ivy zone. That'll be a 5 off the arena. And no, it's not going to happen. Poison Ivy are going to be knocked out. 17 to 15 to the Yellow Lotus, having an advantage in both periods. So Yellow Lotus, with a 6-point win, are going to advance. That's disappointing for our hosts. Now, Venomous Vipers and Team Atlantic in the third heat. Venomous Vipers, they are the talk of the town as of late. Gold medal in the last event and 2nd place in the championship. We will have 1 staying on, although they came from the left, so that'll only be 4. It's actually going to be pretty close after the first period. Team Atlantic, all of their marbles stayed off, but pretty far into the Venomous Viper zone. So what's it going to be? Actually, Team Atlantic have the advantage, 16 to 15, but it's very close. This is pretty much going to come down to the second period. Can the Venomous Vipers get advancement? This will be huge for them if they can, but Team Atlantic is trying to put a dent in their title hopes as well. Team Atlantic, can they assume that advantage from the first period? Is only 1 point, so it all comes down to this, and the Venomous Vipers respond beautifully with 2 marbles in the center on the arena. They are going to get the win for sure in this period, and I have to think in the match as a whole. None of Team Atlantic stays on the arena. Venomous Vipers with 2 6s in there, a 6-point win in the second period means that it's 5 points for them. Convincingly are going to move on, and Venomous Vipers are looking very good to do well and stay in contention heading into the finale. Now we go on to the Sinister Sprinters and the Floundering Fish in the 4th heat. Sprinters still have a chance to win, but it's a very small one. Floundering Fish can no longer win. Ooh, and no one stays on the arena. 3 Floundering Fish marbles do get fairly far into the Sinister Sprinter zone, as does the Sinister Sprinters to the Floundering Fish zone, but off the arena. So who's it going to be after the first period? Actually, it's a 4-point lead for the Sinister Sprinters. 2 5s and 2 4s doing very good job of getting into the Floundering Fish's zone, and so they are looking good heading into the second period. 4 points, not insurmountable. What can the Floundering Fish do here? Coming from the left, the Floundering Fish, they collide. Ooh, 2 marbles staying well on, avoiding the collisions, and Floundering Fish will get a 10 in there from the left. This might be what they need to advance. Sinister Sprinters also have an 8, so it's going to be fairly close. I think the Floundering Fish will get the win in this second period, but is it going to be enough? It will not. 2 points to the Floundering Fish in the second period. They're going to come 2 points short overall. Sinister Sprinters will get the win, but that was pretty close between these two teams. Now, halfway done with the heats, Aquamarines and the Majestic Melons. The only match in the heats where both teams can still win, although they're very unlikely to. Aquamarines in 8th, Majestic Melons in 9th. Majestic Melons, a big win here in the first period. They will have 2 marbles on the arena. I thought they'd have a 10 in there. That 1 marble does curl back a little. That will only be 8 for them, but still, with 2 marbles on the arena, Aquamarines have none. That'll be an 8 of 4 for the Majestic Melons with their 2 marbles. Aquamarines, it's not going to be the biggest deficit. It's not going to be a very big one. Actually, just 3 points between them. Majestic Melons, their other 2 marbles didn't do a good job. Only 2s for both of them. So this is very much doable for the Aquamarines to make a comeback in the second period. Aquamarines this time coming from the right. Majestic Melons from the left. 3 points, definitely not insurmountable. As we've seen, 2 marbles will be on the arena, but in the zone of the Majestic Melons. And the Aquamarines, this is looking pretty good for them. That's just 3 points, the deficit between them from the first period. So if they can make that up, it's looking like they will here, with 8 points for that 1 marble alone. I think that's Sapphire getting it done, and just 3 points again in the second period. But based on the tiebreaker, the Aquamarines are going to move on. Higher individual score from the second period. That means they have done it just barely. Now, Deep Divers and the Olive Orbs in the 6th heat. Deep Divers in 4th in the championship. Still quite a ways off in points, though, to the top teams. Olive Orbs, ooh, will that more marbles stay on? No, they will not. It's going to be quite close. Everyone off the arena in the first period. Olive Orbs do have, I think, quite a few marbles actually quite up there. But 4, 4, 4. Ooh, the Deep Divers also got well into the Olive Orb zone. So it's just 2 points between them, but the Deep Divers do have the slight lead. Can they hold it in the second period? The Deep Divers did not do good at this event last season. We'll see what they can do coming from the right. Olive Orbs this time coming from the left. And the Olive Orbs make a dent in the Deep Divers. Ooh, Deep Divers will have 1 on the 8. The other 3 marbles fairly back though, and the Olive Orbs are well into the Deep Divers zone coming from the left. So this is going to be pretty close between these two teams. Can the Olive Orbs do it? 17-16. It's 1 point advantage for them in the second period, but that 2 point advantage from the first will mean that the Deep Divers are moving on to the next round. But just by 1 point it is. It was so close once again. Oh, the Deep Divers counting their lucky stars over there with the Shadow Riders and the Valley Dashers in the 7th heat. The Shadow Riders have been very strong in the last part of the events, but the last event they didn't do that great, and the Valley Dashers will manage to get 1 marble, like it's a 10, the other marble, it's going to be inconsistent for them though. So the Shadow Riders I think are going to be down after this first period. The Shadow Riders got a silver in this event last season, but they're going to be down 5 points, but we know this team is the one that made the comebacks last season in Zone Collision. Will they be able to do it here? Coming from the right, Valley Dashers from the left, that's 5 points. It's a decent gap for them to hold. Valley Dashers just need to make sure they hold on to a decent performance in the second period. Ooh, and very slight collisions for all of them going off to either side. Valley Dashers played that conservatively, and that was the right strategy for them. This is going to be a close, low-scoring match for both teams. That means Valley Dashers should be moving on. Yeah, 14-11. In this one, Valley Dashers did get the win in the second period, so they are quite comfortably going to beat the Shadow Riders. Disappointing for the team that got silver in this event last season, and now for the final heat, the championship leaders Golden Cheeses against dead last Slime Balls, but the Slime Balls do have good success in collision events in the past. And the Golden Cheeses, ooh, comes very early, and will the Slime Balls, will they hold on? They're trying so desperately, and they will. That is in the Slime Ball zone, though, so it's only going to be 4 points for them. The Golden Cheeses are doing a very good job of getting well into the Slime Ball zone. In fact, none of the Slime Balls off the arena are going to get any higher than 3, so the Golden Cheeses are going to get a surefire advantage here in the first period, 16-12. Not the biggest gap, but still, that is good for the championship leaders. The Venomous Vipers have moved on, so they are trying to as well. Can the Golden Cheeses do it in the second period? They just need to secure a decent finish here. Slime Balls coming from the left now. Slime Balls! They have 2 on the arena. No, just 1. But that's going to be 6 points for that one Slime Ball in the middle. And the Slime Balls, I think they're going to get the win in the second period. Will it be enough for them in the whole match? The Golden Cheese did not look good in the second one. And that's going to do it. The Slime Balls pull off the comeback. 7 points. They've brought it back. And by 3 points, the Golden Cheeses are knocked out by the team dead last in the standings. The Golden Cheese just 12th in this event. Red Lotus dead last. Oh, it's not going well for either of these two teams. Golden Cheese, though, with the lead coming to this event, they will still definitely be in contention. Red Lotus, I don't know. We'll have to see. Now, Green Lotus and the Yellow Lotus in the first quarterfinal. Green Lotus dispatched of their Lotus rivals in the heats. Will they be able to do it here? The Yellow Lotus, they were able to get the win over the winners of this event last season. So it's going to be a very interesting match between these two teams. No one stays on the arena. It's quite symmetrical collision for both. Actually, very low scoring. 11-9 to the Green Lotus. But with that close margin, the Yellow Lotus could be on to make up the deficit in the second period. This time, Yellow Lotus will come from the left. Green Lotus from the right. What can they do here? Ooh, Yellow Lotus pushing the Green Lotus back in their zone. And that marble staying on the arena. They're only going to score 2 points, so not much at all for them. So Yellow Lotus is going to be very close between these two teams. What's it going to be? 12-11 to the Yellow Lotus, but that's not going to do it for them. The Green Lotus, with their 2-point advantage from the first period, they will hold on by 1 point, and they are going on to the semifinals. Just 1 medal all season for the Green Lotus. Will they be able to get a second one here? We'll have to see. On the second quarterfinal, this is a very big one. Venomous Vipers, one of the only top contenders to be advancing, will be able to get a good win here. Oh, Sinister Sprinters did definitely look out of their element here. Look at the Venomous Vipers. Huge, very aggressive strategy, pushing the Sinister Sprinters behind. And the Venomous Vipers, huge margin in the first period, 18-7. Sinister Sprinters, can they do anything to recover this? Venomous Vipers look like they're going to sail through the quarterfinal. This is not good for the Golden Cheeses and the Red Lotus, and basically everyone else's chances of winning the season. Venomous Vipers, they will have no marbles on the arena. Neither will the Sinister Sprinters, though, so that margin will hold no matter what happens in the second period. Venomous Vipers are going to win here and are going on to the semifinals. Could they be on for another medal? We'll have to see. But the Sinister Sprinters, with a 2-point advantage here, it's not nearly going to be enough. 9 points it is for the Venomous Vipers, and they're getting another top 4 finish. Vipers look probably the best poised out of anyone right now to get this championship. Aquamarines and the Deep Divers in the second quarterfinal. The Vipers, I think, might be taking the lead after this with this top 4 finish. Deep Divers, oh ho ho, 2 marbles in the back, getting a 10 and an 8 apiece. The Deep Divers, a huge margin in this first period. They're in 4th in their championship, and with the Venomous Vipers getting a top 4 finish, Deep Divers might be one of the only other teams to stay in contention if they do good enough here. 25-12 to the Aquamarines. The Aquamarines are going to need a huge margin here. The Deep Divers looks set to sail through this round and go on to the next round, to the semifinals. Deep Divers this time coming from the left, and the Aquamarines do anything from the right. Big collisions in the center. No one stays on the arena. Very aggressive from both teams in this one. And I think that's going to do it. With no marbles on the arena, Aquamarines needed some big points here, and they're not going to get it. Deep Divers will get 12-10 in the second period. They are also going to sail through to the semifinals. 37-22. They look very composed for the entirety of that match. The Deep Divers are going to get another top 4 finish as well, just like the Venomous Vipers. They're also trying to resurge in the later part of the season. Now, Valley Dashers, the Slime Balls, two very similarly colored teams. You'll have to excuse my commentary a bit. Valley Dashers coming from the left. Ooh, the Slime Balls do not look in a good position. All of their marbles are quite off the arena and quite behind in their own zone. The Valley Dashers, though, they do have 1-5 in there. I think Valley Dashers pretty comfortably are going to get the advantage after the first period. 14-9, low scoring for both teams, so the Valley Dashers, that 5-point lead is a pretty good one. What can the Slime Balls do, if anything, in the second period? Slime Balls from the left, Valley Dashers from the right. The Slime Balls did get a bronze in this event last season, so maybe they'll be able to do something here. Ooh, one of the Slime Balls will hold on. Valley Dashers, all of them are off, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. That'll be 6 points for the Slime Balls. It's going to be very close, I'd have to think. They had a big margin, but they're definitely going to get the win in this second period. Will it be enough for the entire match? Slime Balls, 14-8. The last match was 14-9. The Slime Balls do just enough to get the Valley Dashers to score very little in the second period, and by 1 point, the Slime Balls pull off a comeback once again in their round, and they're moving on to the semi-finals. The Slime Balls, great at comebacks in this event. Valley Dashers down to the Aquamarines make 5th through 8th. And now Green Lotus and the Venomous Vipers, a huge match in this first semi-final. Venomous Vipers, can they advance to the final, get another top 2 finish? Green Lotus will have 1 marble, staying on the arena, that's the only one, and they're going to get 6 points for that marble. Venomous Vipers, they are going to have to dig deep in the second period. They're going to be down after this one, I have to think. What's it going to be, though? Green Lotus trying to hold on. It's going to be 18-10. Big margin for the Green Lotus. Their other marbles off the arena are also doing a very good job coming from the left. Venomous Vipers, they need a big win here. I'm not sure if they'll be able to advance to the final, though. Venomous Vipers, this time coming from the left. Will they be able to do it? The other teams are going to hope that the Green Lotus can get the win over the Venomous Vipers here. That one Viper will stay on for a 6. Is that what the Venomous Vipers needed? 8 points is a very big margin to make up, so we'll have to see. Green Lotus, marbles off the arena are doing pretty well, though, so we'll have to see what it is. Venomous Vipers, 3 points in the second period. That is not going to be enough. They're going to be down by 5 in the entire match, and the Green Lotus will beat the Venomous Vipers. Vipers can only get bronze at best, and the Green Lotus are going to the final to face one of the Deep Divers and the Slime Balls, our first two champions. We'll see what they can do in very different parts of the standings right now in Season 4. Deep Divers trying to advance here as well, capitalize off the Venomous Vipers not advancing, and they will have 1 marble, getting a 6 right in the middle of the arena. The Slime Balls, we know how good they are at comebacks in this event. Will they be able to do it here? They haven't got a medal this season, so they're chasing their first medal. Deep Divers, 6 points over the Slime Balls in the first period. But if anyone can make up that deficit based on what we saw in this event, it is the Slime Balls. Coming from the left, will they be able to do it? The Deep Divers would love to advance here and go to the final for another top 2 finish. The Slime Balls coming from the left this time. A lot of collisions here. The Slime Balls, ooh, I thought that 1 marble might have stayed on the 8 for the Slime Balls. That probably could have made the comeback for them, but they fell off, and I don't know if this will do it for the Slime Balls. The marbles are into the Deep Diver zone, so they are going to make up a bit of a deficit, but it's just by 4 points for the Slime Balls. It was pretty close, but not enough. Means the Deep Divers are going to the final. They're getting another top 2 finish after the last event, and they're trying to get back into this title fight. Now, Venomous Vipers and the Slime Balls for the 3rd place match. The Slime Balls may have not got the win over the Deep Divers, but they can still beat the Venomous Vipers here and get their first medal of the season. Venomous Vipers, though, they want every bit of advantage they can have heading into the finale. They are probably going to take the championship lead. The question is, by how much? We'll have to see. With this bronze, if they get this bronze medal, we'll have to see. The Venomous Vipers, a big win here. They will get 110. That's going to be very good for them. 6 points is the advantage. Once again, the Slime Balls have 6 points to make up. Weren't able to do it against the Deep Divers. Can they do it against the Venomous Vipers? This time, Slime Balls coming from the left. The left side is often where the margins can be made. The Venomous Vipers, ooh, Vipers will have 1 on the arena. That will be 6 points for them. One of the Vipers also getting well into the Slime Ball zone, and they're not going to do it. The Slime Balls will miss the podium once again, and the Venomous Vipers will capture the bronze. Oh, the Vipers are looking very, very good to potentially get the championship with a great result here, 37-28, securing the bronze medal. It's another medal for them, their 7th of the season. And now for the final, Green Lotus and the Deep Divers. Green Lotus They are chasing their first gold and second medal. They brought their second medal of the season. Will it be a gold though? Deep Divers, they're also trying to win this event and do as much as they can to get a good points total heading into the finale. The Deep Divers, they have 2 marbles very far into the Green Lotus zone, but so do the Green Lotus and 2 of the Deep Divers struggling in their own zone, so the Green Lotus have a 2-point advantage over the Deep Divers. Not insurmountable by any means as we head to the second period of the final. Can the Deep Divers do it? Coming from the left. It's just 2 points between them. The Deep Divers very far into the Green Lotus zone, but the Green Lotus have one on. Oh, they're curling back in the Green Lotus. That one marble is going to fall off the arena. That's going to be big. If that marble stayed on, they would surely have won the gold with the advantage from the first period and 1 marble on the arena here. But look at this, curling back from the 10 to the 8 and curling right off on the 4 off the arena. And the Green Lotus will be down by 3 points, and it was 2 points in the first period, and that means that does it for the Deep Divers. 31-30, the Deep Divers will capture gold, and they are looking good as well heading into the finale. They will stay in contention heading into the finale. And Venomous Vipers, oh, they are hoping the Green Lotus could have got that one. But well done to the Deep Divers for a huge win in Zone Collision here at the 11th hour. They are looking very good in the last few events, and the Green Lotus, well done to them for getting the silver, and the Venomous Vipers, another great medal for them, getting the bronze. So after the final team event of the season, the Venomous Vipers with their bronze have secured the Captain's Championship. They win over the Golden Cheeses, and the Majestic Melons do good enough to hold on to 3rd. Deep Divers and Green Lotus making great surges in the last event, but looking at the overall standings, going into the finale, the Venomous Vipers have the lead and have secured an overall podium. Venomous Vipers, Golden Cheeses, and the Deep Divers, these 3 are the only 3 teams that can win in the final event. Red Lotus can no longer win, but can still make the podium. In the next event, we will have the finale of the B Division to determine the final podium spots and the relegated teams, and then after that, we will have the grand finale of Team Quadrilla Marble League in Season 4.